Greatest common factor and lowest common multiple, but in this video we're only going to be looking at greatest common factor. So let's have a look at example 1. So here we have, whoa, that's way too fast. Okay, so here we have 36 and 54, and we want to find two numbers that go, we want to find a number that goes into 36 and 54. You're probably thinking 1. Okay, yeah, 1 goes into both of them, and 2 goes into both of them, and a whole bunch of other numbers go into these two. But what we're looking for is the greatest common factor, the biggest number that goes into 36 and the biggest number that goes into 54. Okay, there's a lot of different ways of finding them. I'm going to show you a very easy way that works for big numbers, small numbers, any numbers. Okay, so we're going to do a prime factor tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for two numbers that go into 36, and the first two numbers I'm thinking of are 6 and 6. And then two numbers that go into 6 are 2 and 3, so 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. And notice 2 and 3s are both primes, so I stop. Once you get to prime numbers, you stop, you're done. 54 is 9 times 6, and 9 is 3 times 3, and 6 is 2 times 3, and I stop. Okay, then the circling business happens. Whoa! So the circling business happens next. What I do is I look for common primes. So is a 2 common? So there's a 2 here and there's a 2 here, so 2s are common, so I circle a 2 in each case. Is there a 3 common? Yes, there are, so I circle them. Is there another 2 common? No 2 commons, but there's another 3 common, so I circle those. Okay, so we're done. So we've circled all what's common. We've got to the last number in the first tree, and so that's it. So then what we circled in the first tree is 2, 3, and 3, and that is your GCF. We just have to multiply them. So the GCF is 2 times 3 times 3, which is 18. Yay! You found the GCF of 36 and 54. It is 18. And that's it for the first example. Let's go on to the next example. Example 2. All right. The greatest common factor of 72 and 48. 72 is 9 times 8, 9 is 3 times 3, 8 is 2 times 4, 4 is 2 times 2, and bring down all the numbers. So we've got all our primes here. So 72 is the same as 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. 48 is 6 times 8, 6 is 2 times 3, 8 is 2 times 4, and then 4 is 2 times 2. Bring everything else down. Okay, is there a 3 common? Yes, there is. Is there another 3 common? No. Thanks for playing, though. How about 2? Is there a 2 common? There are 2s common. Is there another 2 common? Yes, another 2. So those two 2s are common, and those two 2s are common. And we've got to the end of the 72 tree, and so we stop. Okay, there's nothing else that's possibly common. So our GCF is going to be 3 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 3 times 8, which is 24. Okay, let's go and look at the next example. Example 3. Here we have 210, 252, and 180. So we take 210, and I'm thinking 21 times 10. Whenever you have it, if your number ends in a 0, factor out the 10. Just pull out the 10, and it's like, in this case it's 210, 210. So it's going to be 21 times 10, 21 times 10. Okay, 21 is 7 times 3, 10 is 2 times 5. 252. This one was a little bit harder, so I just pulled out the 2. So 2 and 126, and then I'm thinking, okay, 2 and 63. But 63, that's screaming 9 times 7 at me. So 9 times 7, and 9 is 3 times 3. Then bring down all your other primes. Now you see how I bring them down? I'm bringing them down so each layer has, if you multiply the layer out, 2 times 126 is 252, 2 times 2 times 63, 252. So that the product of each layer is the original number. Okay? When you're doing your prime factor trees, you don't necessarily have to do this. It's a good practice to have, but it's not necessary. Okay, 180. So 18 times 10, 18 is 6 times 3, 6 is 3 times 2, 10 is 2 times 5, so we're done. Bring all your primes down, and there we go. So is there a 7 common? No. Is there a 3 common? You betcha. So circle the common 3s. Is there a 2 common? And circle those. And is there a 5 common? But thanks for playing. That's it. So we've reached the end of 210, and only 3 and 2 are common. So the GCF is going to be 3 times 2, or 2 times 3, which is 6, and that's it. Okay, so you've seen 3 examples for greatest common factor. Get to it. Have a good night.